the shadows of the night, where fear whispers your name, there lies a world of terror. Welcome to Cursed Realms, where the stories are real and the screams never end. Are you brave enough to subscribe, to scream?
There are places along the road, places that shouldn't exist. You see them when you're tired, when the night stretches too long, when reality starts to blur at the edges. A gas station with no customers. A motel that was never there. Doors left open. Shadows that move when no one's watching. Somewhere between the real and the forgotten is where they wait. The gas station that wasn't there. I was on a road trip, driving cross-country to visit my sister. It was late, around 2 a.m., and exhaustion was setting in. The kind that makes your eyelids feel like bricks. The highway stretched endlessly before me, empty, silent. No other cars, just the darkness, and the whisper of the wind. Then I saw it. A gas station. Its neon sign barely holding on. Gas and grub, last stop. A convenience store, pumps, but no cars, no signs of life, yet the lights were on. Something about it wasn't right. I stepped inside the store. The shelves were stocked, coolers humming, but no one at the counter. No cashier, no customers, just rows of snacks and drinks. Untouched. Hello? My voice barely carried. A door at the back stood ajar, a dark gap leading somewhere deeper, somewhere unseen. I turned back. I needed gas, and I needed to leave. The handle was ice cold. The meter didn't budge, but the pump was running. My stomach tightened. Then, a voice crackled through the station's intercom. You shouldn't be here. I froze. I turned. My car door open. I knew I had closed it. Then I saw them. Dark shapes. Standing just beyond the station's light. No faces. No eyes. Just watching. One stepped forward. Then another. I didn't wait. I jumped in my car, slammed the door, sped off. The gas station lights flickered wildly, then blackness. I glanced at my rearview mirror. It was gone. My pulse hammered in my ears. I gripped the wheel tighter, forcing steady breaths. Had I imagined it? No. The cold from the pump still clung to my fingers. The voice still echoed in my head. But the road stretched empty behind me. No sign of the station. No trace of it ever being there. Hours later, I stopped at a diner, told the waitress about the gas station. She frowned. There's no gas station there, she said. I laughed, but my hands were shaking. Later, I checked my dash cam. I saw myself pull over. I saw myself get out. But there was no gas station, just an empty, dead field. And yet, my car's tank was full. Room 237. The storm had been relentless for hours. I had been driving through the night, the highway stretching endlessly ahead. But I was alone, completely alone, until my car sputtered, coughed, and died. No signal, no hope of calling for help. My only option was the flickering neon sign in the distance, a roadside motel that shouldn't have been there. The moment I stepped inside, I felt it. The air was thick, stale, like the walls themselves had been holding their breath for years. The front desk had an old service bell. I tapped it once. The receptionist was an old man. He didn't blink. Not once, just sat there, grinning like a puppet waiting for its strings to be pulled. Room 237. Already got one ready, he said. I hadn't even told him I needed a room. His eyes, hollow, yet knowing. His grin stretched just a little too wide. Something was wrong, but I was too tired to question it. The old man didn't say another word, just grabbed a key from the wall and gestured for me to follow. The hallway was wrong. The carpet, faded and stained, swallowed my footsteps. The walls, once a dull beige, were peeling like dead skin. The air, thick, heavy, filled with the scent of something damp, something rotting just out of sight. With each step, the lights overhead flickered, humming like they were straining to stay alive. I passed a door. Room 233. A low thud sounded from inside. I stopped, listened. Nothing. The receptionist didn't turn back, didn't react, just shuffled ahead, his movements stiff, unnatural. Then we reached it. Room 237. The number on the door was scratched, barely readable. The old man handed me the key, his hand ice-cold against mine. His grin never wavered. "Sleep well," he said. I swallowed hard. The door creaked as I pushed it open. And then I stepped inside. The room smelled stale, untouched for years. The faded wallpaper curled at the edges, peeling like dead skin. A dusty lampshade cast a sickly yellow glow, barely pushing back the heavy shadows that clung to the corners. Yet, the bed had an indentation, like someone had just been lying there. The TV flickered static before shutting off completely, its screen reflecting something, or someone, that wasn't me. I turned to the bathroom. The mirror was fogged over. The air felt damp, heavy, but as I stepped closer I saw them, small handprints, not one, not two, dozens, some fresh, some smeared like tiny fingers had dragged down the glass. A chill ran through me. Then I saw it, words appearing in the condensation. "Don't let him in." A knock at the door. 3. Slow, heavy knocks. My breath caught in my throat. I turned the lock, heart pounding, hands shaking. I peered through the peephole. It was the old man. But his face wasn't human anymore. His eyes shifted, rolling in their sockets like they were searching for me. His mouth twisted, stretching, curling upward. And then I heard it. A whisper so close it tickled my ear. "He's already inside." Sudden darkness, cold fingers wrapping around my throat. My vision blurred, then everything went black. I gasped for air, woke up on the side of the road, my car running. The motel? Gone. I checked later. There was never a motel there, just an empty lot. A place where, years ago, a man had murdered his guests in room 237. Sometimes the last stop on the road isn't meant for the living, and those who check in don't always check out.
If you liked our videos, do like, share, and subscribe.